Welcome everybody in this very special session from the Bliss community. Uh, just let me tell you in brief that we started Bliss community in Dubai in the month of July. And the idea of starting this community here was to provide a few things for the senior people here, which are missing, and like socialization, especially when they are on visit visas, medical support, because some people can be, when they come on visit, they may have insurance, they may not have insurance. Then care at home, because some people are very elderly, they live with their children here, but they can't move out because of some partial disability or semi disability, whatever it is. So there are few gaps in society over here, and the entire theme of Bliss community is to encourage families to live together, so, and whatever support is required to care for the parents, we should provide that support within the framework of family. So that's the whole concept we have. So in that process, health is very important, as we know, and corona has taught us the lesson that prevention is better than cure, immunity is better than treatment, all those things. So we have done a session with yoga last month, and today I'm very honored to host Dr. Rosina Zahir. Dr. Rosina is working as a homeopathic practitioner at Zia Medical Center, Jumeirah, and one more clinic at Motor City. And we as a family are taking her advice for last, I think, 12 or 14 years, maybe more than that. And definitely, it's been a great help, not only in our treatments, but in our learning also. So I welcome you, Dr. Rosina. Thank you very much for sparing your time on a holiday for all of us. And the first thing I want to ask you, that how did you choose homeopathy as your career? Like, what motivated you to do this? Considering that, everybody who goes for the medical line, they think as a profession and how financially they're going to benefit it. When people know less about homeopathy, they hesitate to go to homeopathy. Choosing that line of work is something very remarkable. I appreciate that. So tell us your journey about choosing homeopathy and your career and everything.
Okay, first of all, good morning to everyone. And I'm very happy, frankly speaking, to be a part of this community because I feel it's to serve the senior citizens. It's a privilege, actually. Not all can have this privilege. So first of all, congratulations to you, Mr. Praveen, who had the thought for these people, because definitely, I believe that their blessings are much more than anything we can ask for, and that helps us in our success in our lives. So congratulations, and warm
Thank you.
wishes from my side to all the members. And yes, coming to my journey, it's a bit of a story, actually, how it started. Well, as a kid, I come from a doctor's family. My father is a renowned doctor, a medical doctor. He is a surgeon by profession, which he gave up around 30 years ago. So I have had lots of medicines in my childhood, because when you come from a doctor's family, हर चीज के लिए दवाई हाजिर होती है. So
I know.
I didn't even know what homeopathy is, or that it even existed. And back then there was no social media, nothing. So we didn't have much access. Our kids have a better access to it. So, well, my father himself would have a big laugh at homeopathy, that what these small pills can do, and because so many people think it's a myth. So, as a kid, I always wanted to be a psychologist, a psychiatrist, what you can say.
Okay.
Because I always could relate to people and their psyche and their emotions, their mental attitude. And because I feel, I don't know what attracted me to that, but I always wanted to help people in some way. And I never liked injections and pins and surgeries.
Okay.
So I said, if I become a doctor, psychiatrist is better, because I can have a one-to-one relationship with my patient and understand what actually made him sick. Because mental health, I feel it's the biggest challenge even then and even now. And in fact, earlier it was like a stigma, but now people are trying to get over it. And frankly speaking, even if you leave the mental health aside, we talk about us normal people, it can affect anybody. Anybody can become a victim or a prey to mental health. Koi incident ho jaye, koi hadsa ho jaye, and you never know what may change your thinking.
Correct.
Even
Correct.
at our ages, we can become victims. So that is something that always attracted me. But then when I was 13 years old, there was an incident in our house where my mother became very sick. And she always had illnesses, some or the other illness always been with her, although she's been a very active lady till date. But she was always like very easy to fall sick, that kind of physical built up. So she got a tumor in her cervical region, and that tumor kept on growing. Now there is a small connection with her. There was a small connection with her tumor and her gynecological history, which was very, very, very weird. That I will say this over here. That of course, I was only 13, so my mom was very young that time, and my mom, after her every cycle, her tumor would become big. That was something very weird, So it
Okay.
was
Okay.
connected to her gynecological history, that it nothing would happen otherwise, but after every monthly cycle for a woman, it would become big. So definitely it was diagnosed as a rare kind of a endometrial growth, which is outside, and it had connected. So it was something very rare, and at that point the doctors couldn't diagnose it, and
Okay.
they wanted to do the biopsy and everything. There were all sorts of thoughts, whether it could be cancer, whether it was a tuberculosis, or whether just it was a normal tumor. But
Yeah.
my father did not think that something is right, because he's a medical doctor and he knew where the journey would go. He did not want all that to happen to his wife, because he knew once you operate and once you remove and checking, and at that time even the medical system, the conventional medical system, didn't have so much scope for so-called cancerous illnesses. So
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
that time, one of my father's friend was a homeopath. And when friends meet together, they have discussions. But my father had always laughed at his system, at
Yeah.
his
Okay.
homeopathy system.
Okay.
But at that point, my father approached him, and he helped treating my mother. It took more than a year. My mother's neck had become so big,
Okay.
so big,
Okay. Oh my
literally.
God.
Over the period of 7-8 months, it was so big, and there was no diagnosis still. So he helped curing her, and he told him that now that you come to me, you will do what I tell you to do. You will just follow me. So he said, okay, fine. So it was a period of 1 year, and surprisingly, in that 1 year, homeopathy ka, before I say this, I will like to say one principle about homeopathy. We all know that homeopathy is based on the treatment of like cures like, and it's safe and gentle and immunity boosting, and लोगों को लगता है कि homeopathy treatment से aggravations होते हैं, बहुत सारे ऐसे thoughts हैं. तो यहाँ पे before I say how that gentleman treated my mother, I would like to talk about a law of homeopathy which was given to us by Dr. Constantine Herring.
Okay. Okay.
He was an American homeopath, and
Okay.
we are studying lots of his work and we are applying it. And he was a very famous doctor. He was a pioneer of homeopathy in America. So he came up with a law that any disease,
Yes.
when it's getting better, it will go from above downwards. यानी ऊपर से नीचे जाएगी.
Correct.
From within outwards. From organs of more importance to lesser importance.
Okay.
You're getting it. Like बीमारी इसीलिए हम नजर भी उतारते हैं तो ऊपर से नीचे like छू चले जाए, that kind we do. We do it, right? So
Yeah.
any disease will go above to downwards. It will leave you from head to foot. And
Okay.
it will come out from within outwards. यानी अगर आपको asthma है, asthma lungs are a more important organ, and if it comes on your skin like an eczema and your asthma is better, so what is more important? Lungs are more important. So lung is getting better, skin is suffering, allow it. So from within outwards, and in the reverse order of how the illness had appeared. Reverse order. यानी अगर आपके 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 तक symptoms हैं, बीमारियां हैं, तो जाने वाला सिम्टम या जाने वाली बीमारी सबसे पहले नंबर 10 होगी, फिर 9 होगी, फिर 8, फिर 7, so in the reverse order till it hits the real
Okay.
cause, the real core. So when my mother started improving, when she started improving, he told us that as I mentioned in the beginning, she used to be a sick person. Like, she used to have a lot of illnesses. She was taking medicine for everything, for so many things, all her life.
Yeah.
So when she started improving for this tumor, she started getting all those illnesses back to back, जिसके लिए उन्होंने temporary इलाज बहुत सारे किए थे.
Okay.
कि सर दर्द है तो दवाई खा ली, के जोड़ों का दर्द है तो इसकी दवाई खा ली, तो अभी बैक का दर्द है तो इसकी दवाई खा ली. So she had many illnesses, you name it and she had it.
Okay.
जिसके लिए वो हमेशा palliative treatment करती थी. You know what is palliative? कि जरा सा कुछ हुआ तो pop in a pill.
Correct.
फैमिली डॉक्टर्स की थी तो पिल वाज वेरी इजी,
Yes.
तो हर चीज के लिए उनके पास दवाई थी. तो व्हेन शी स्टार्टेड इंप्रूविंग, शी स्टार्टेड गेटिंग बैक टू बैक ईच एंड एवरीथिंग और व्हाट शी हैड बीन सफरिंग टिल प्रॉब्ली मे बी शी वाज इन हर अर्ली 30s दैट टाइम. तो वो सारे प्रॉब्लम्स उनके आने लगे. लेकिन उस वक्त उन डॉक्टर साहब ने, दैट डॉक्टर इज नो मोर, हिज नेम वाज डॉक्टर E.G.K. Menon, and my father considers him as his teacher, his guru.
Okay.
And yeah, because he was the turning point for my father to shift from allopathy to homeopathy. तो उन्होंने जब मम्मा का इलाज किया तो मम्मा 1 साल तक मम्मी ने बहुत सफर किया, यहाँ तक कि ऐसे ऐसे सिचुएशंस आ गए थे कि मम्मी बेड रिडन हो गई थी. बट वो दिमाग बना लिया था कि अब लड़ाई करनी है, अब छोटी छोटी सिम्टम्स का इलाज करके बड़ी बीमारी नहीं पालनी है. So this story has a lot of understanding of homeopathy. हमारी आदत होती है छोटे छोटे problems का इलाज करने की, which is not an इलाज. Basically we are just suppressing it.
Yes.
ठीक हुई तो दवाई खा लो, या हेडेक हुआ तो दवाई खा लो, माइग्रेन है तो भी दवाई खाते रहो, बाद में 6 साल बाद ट्यूमर होगा, देखा जाएगा. So this is how people are, this is how we are. We don't want to wait. Yes. We don't allow our body to fight. So at that moment my mother allowed her body to fight. My father did not say anything. यहाँ तक कि हमारी पूरी family had become against us, against my father. My mother's full खानदान कि मेरी बेटी को मार डालेगा ये तो, that kind
yes,
of
I know.
family. Yeah. So, but my father is very, cutter in that way. कि एक बार दिमाग में घुस गया तो घुस गया. So he obeyed our senior doctor. My mother obeyed my father. 1 साल तक दवाई नहीं खाई. And surprisingly, 1 साल में वो ट्यूमर, how it shrunk back, you will be surprised that जैसे वो हर menstrual cycle के साथ बढ़ता था, हर menstrual cycle के साथ वो shrink होने लगा.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, so this is nature. This is the law of similar. This is why I spoke about that law by Dr. Herring, that the disease will go in the reverse order of its appearance. Wow. And after a year or so, na knife lagi, na biopsy hui, na churi lagi, kuch nahi. And I was too very small that time. I was 12 or 13. My third youngest brother was not even born at that time. So after that, her gynecological history is so good that she even gave birth. So wow. That is how the treatment happened. And from that day till today, my father is a staunch homeopath. He has given up allopathy completely, or to an extent कि my father had a very roaring practice. So उनके पेशेंट समझने लगे थे कि ये डॉक्टर पागल हो गया है, सबको भगा देता है, ना इंजेक्शन देता है, ना गोली देता है, ना दवाई देता है, बस ये मिट्टी गोली देता है. So my father has done a self learning for homeopathy, and Dr. E.G.K. Menon को वो अपना गुरु मानते हैं, जबकि उन्होंने उनको कुछ सिखाया नहीं है. उन्होंने सिर्फ एक चीज सिखाई थी उनको, which I will quote here, that mind is the creator of your body.
Correct.
You're getting it? जो आप सोचते हैं, जैसा आप सोचते हैं, जैसे हम हमेशा कहते हैं ना, अट्रैक्ट पॉजिटिव एनर्जी तो पॉजिटिविटी होगी, वो अट्रैक्ट नेगेटिव एनर्जी तो हमेशा कुछ ना कुछ नेगेटिव ही होगा. So mind is the creator of your body and ego is the creator of your mind. Okay. So this is the philosophy or the principle Dr. Menon passed on to my father. It took my father over the period of 5 to 7 years to get into a complete homeopathy practice, after which he never deviated, and he says he's still learning, because medical profession is a learning process.
Yes.
And uske baad jab meri bari aayi, so of course, as you said, why didn't I go into the mainstream? There is much more money and so much more things involved in it. But जब मेरी बारी आई तो मेरे डैडी ने मुझे होम्योपैथी कॉलेज में ही एडमिशन कराया. एंड मोर ओवर, जहाँ मैंने बताया था आपको, I wanted to be a psychiatrist. तो I guess homeopath से अच्छा psychiatrist कोई नहीं हो सकता.
Oh,
Yes, because we have such a personal rapport with our patients and we go into so much depth of his thinking, of his psyche, because हर बीमारी की जड़ कहीं ना कहीं एक आदमी के जहन के उलझने की वजह से होती है. And most of the cases, I'm not talking about children or acute problems or anything, but so many chronic diseases, कहीं आपका कुछ loss हो गया, कहीं आपका कुछ नुकसान हो गया, कहीं sudden impact of fear हो गया, like corona को ही देख लीजिए, maximum problems have happened with fear. जो
yes.
लोगों ने अपने माइंड को पॉजिटिव रखा है उन्होंने जीत लिया है बैटल. जो लोग डरे हैं वो खत्म हो गए. भले ही कोरोना बाद में नेगेटिव भी आ गया, but they are finished. So everything, when we as a homeopath, even if I'm dealing with your cough or cold or sardi or khasi, I am even going to look at your body language, your gestures, your irritability. क्योंकि कोई पेशेंट होता है जो बहुत ज्यादा बीमार होता है, बट आपको उसे देख के लगेगा कि अरे यार ये तो अच्छा भला, he has no problem. एंड कोई पेशेंट होता है जो इतनी सी प्रॉब्लम होती है बट वो इतना बड़ा हंगामा करता है. So that is why in homeopathy we give a lot of importance not only to the physical but also to the mental makeup. We work as a combination. So I think there couldn't be a better profession for me.
Okay.
I am known to be a very good counselor for my patients. So I'm using my psychiatrist part, and I think you know more about me. So I think I'm happy with my work, and I'm very satisfied. And this is my life. इसके बिना मैं कुछ नहीं हूँ. Homeopathy is everything for me.
Yeah. So thank you very much for sharing that story with us. And,
I think that story has opened up a lot of understanding where homeopathy is concerned.
Correct. And I would definitely say thank you very much to your father. And thank you very much for making the right choice. Because probably, at least for me, if you, thanks to my wife as well, because she believed so much in homeopathy. But if we didn't come to you, and if I didn't meet you, I wouldn't have that kind of confidence which I have today. So thanks for being there. Thanks for doing the right things. So now, one question I'll ask for everybody's benefit. That question is, by default, whenever something, I'll say not wrong with our body, unusual, any symptom of sickness or discomfort, I would call it, disease as we call it, happens in our body, by default, we choose allopathy. We go, let's go to this clinic. Let's show this doctor, that's what we do. Now, before saying anything, I would just say I respect all the sciences that we have around us. And I, as I told you, I'm a person who respects everything. In the sense, allopathy, Ayurveda, homeopathy, naturopathy, yoga, I would respect everything. It is just that I must know at what point and at what I should use, what can benefit me. So I want to know, when should a person decide that he needs to consult homeopath now, or before going to other people? In what symptoms, what stages, what should be a decision-making process of the person to choose homeopathy as a medium of treatment? If you can guide about that, because by default we are set to allopathy, and that needs to change. I believe personally that needs to change. So please guide us about it.
Okay, fine. Yeah, this is the commonest issue. Frankly speaking, okay, let me answer this in parts. जो आपका पहला सवाल था कि when I should go for homeopathy. So that I would like to answer that you can go for homeopathy at any point and every point, whether it is an acute problem or a chronic problem, or even a surgical issue, even if you are in the hospital and undergoing some kind of a surgery and treatment, or you are, God forbid, if there is some cancer patient and he's undergoing chemotherapy, each and every one can choose homeopathy if they wish to, because homeopathy will definitely play a role as an added thing for a benefit of their patient. हमें as a doctor, we all want that the patient should be benefited, चाहे वो किसी भी point पे हो. तो हर aspect पे, क्योंकि homeopathy works on every system and it works at every stages of life. चाहे वो छोटा 1 day का baby हो, चाहे वो infant हो, चाहे वो adult teenager, चाहे वो old people हो, overall homeopathy has a role in everything except certain criteria के immediate surgery है या trauma हो गया या accident हो गया है, you need hospitalization, ठीक है? So definitely you go for that, but you can always use homeopathy at any point. This is one thing. It is your personal choice. If you have a belief in it, definitely use. क्योंकि अगर हम cancer patients की बात करते हैं, there are so many side effects of chemotherapy.
Oh, please.
Yes. Yeah, इसके लिए कोई दवा नहीं है. वैसे भी वो आपके liver को damage करता है. तो अगर आप उसके लिए और दवाइयाँ खाएंगे, तो it's better you choose homeopathy. Then talking about children or talking about old people, जहाँ पे हम immunity की बात करते हैं, where immune system plays a very important role, because in growing up children, they need a strong immunity to have a good and healthy adulthood. Right.
Yes.
So
Yes.
in those cases, generally you don't come across bigger issues. It's a cold, cough, fever, or a stomach infection, or a vomiting, or a social fear, or there are so many things with children, or it could be a skin rash and allergy. So these things, instead of taking an anti-allergy immediately, or a Panadol or an Adol for fever suppression immediately, you can always opt for homeopathy, which is more safer and it will have no side effects. लोगों को ये लगता है कि अगर हम फीवर के लिए होम्योपैथी करेंगे तो 4 दिन में ठीक होगा. नो, दैट इज अ मिथ. अगर आपकी प्रॉब्लम 2 दिन पुरानी है तो होम्योपैथी भी 2 दिन में ही ठीक करेगा. इट्स जस्ट दैट द अप्रोच इज डिफरेंट. अगर आपकी प्रॉब्लम 2 साल पुरानी है तो ऑब्वियसली होम्योपैथी इज गोइंग टू टेक अ लिटिल लॉन्गर टाइम. सो frankly speaking, it is the personal choice of the patient when he wants to use homeopathy. But if you want a guidance, then I would say for allergies, homeopathy is always the best option and number one option. Now, whether it's a respiratory allergy or a skin allergy, or sometimes certain autoimmune diseases are related to your immune system when it gets damaged and it cannot think straight. जिसमें rheumatoid arthritis आ जाता है, psoriasis आ जाता है, and यू हैव एलोपेशिया एरिएटा जिसमें पूरे बाल पैचेस हो जाते हैं. तो ये सारे जो ट्रीटमेंट है, या सिक्का सिंड्रोम होता है जिसमें लूपस, ये सब बीमारियों के नाम आपने सुने होंगे. दीज आर ऑल ऑटो इम्यून डिजीजेस. यहाँ पे एलोपैथी हैज नो रोल, फ्रैंकली स्पीकिंग, no role at all. Or if you talk about asthmas, allopathy will give you that immediate relief to come out of that situation, but it will not give you a permanent cure. So these are the sectors or areas where you can resort to homeopathy alone. That would be better to keep you more healthy and more stronger. Another factor where I could say is mental illness. I'm very much close to mental illness, but yes, that is the seed for so many problems. Mental illnesses के लिए again there are different stages. अगर आप उन दवाइयों के बहुत ज़्यादा एडिक्टेड हो जाते हो एलोपैथी, देन उनको छोड़ना थोड़ा मुश्किल होता है, because mental illnesses can range from mild to severe. You know, we have asylums also for violent kind of people. Yes. So there are lots of types, variations, but definitely in the conventional system there is not much that can be done for these kind of patients. Ultimately वो आपको इतनी दवाइयाँ देते हैं कि literally a patient is living like a zombie. You know, he's not living a life. He may be breathing, eating, whatever, but he's not living a life. So in these cases also homeopathy can be a better option. So when you try to see the parameter or the comparison, as I do not want to have any offense to any kind of treatment, but correct. when you compare, ठीक है, अगर आपने emergency में कुछ resort कर भी लिया है, तो then for your permanent cure, you should always resort to homeopathy. In old people, if you see about dementia or Alzheimer's disease or Parkinson's disease, frankly speaking, these are the diseases where no system has a complete cure. Yes. No system has a complete cure. But frankly speaking, in the conventional system, there is no way you can arrest the progress of these illnesses. Yes. So, you know, in cases में हम देखेंगे कि हम because they are, as it is aging, their immune system is already sensitive to so many things. We cannot overload them with unnecessary chemicals. So in these cases also, we can look for homeopathy, which is more safer and it works in a way where it can balance the sorry, what I want, it can balance their gut also, because itni sari chemical doses will even disturb their gut, and homeopathy plays a role in arresting the progress. So that is why if you talk about every kind of age group, there are many aspects which homeopathy can touch, but again, it's your personal choice. And of course, it's the thinking, like there are so many people who think, अरे ये मीठी गोली मेरे को क्या करेगी, मैं इतने बड़े बॉडी को कहाँ जाएगी, you know, people come and ask me, and डॉक्टर ये गोली आप देते हो वो भी पानी में मिला के लो डॉक्टर, what it will do to my body. So the mental concept has to be changed. Then there are, I will give you some questions before you ask me. There are people who always ask me in any talk that doctor ये तो placebo है, ये तो pseudo science है. See, if it is a placebo, if it is a pseudo science, then how do you prove it when small children in stages of fever or asthma, or those who are addicted on nebulizers, they come out of it? So it can't be a placebo, right? Yes. It is working somewhere. It is working even in bacterial infections. It is working in viral infections. So all these diseases don't resort to placebo. They need medication. In the conventional system, you go for antibiotics. In homeopathy, you don't have anything as antibiotics. But yes, we try to reach to a similar medicine which will help the body's own self-defense to annihilate that disease and eliminate that virus or bacteria in a natural way. So disease is the same, whether it is allopathy, homeopathy, Ayurveda, whatever pathy you can talk about. Only thing, the concept or the approach of treatment varies in every system. The understanding of the patient and the understanding of the medical part, the pharmacy part, that is different, because we believe, now supposing I'll give you an example of fever, as you said कि लोगों को fever आता है, they pop in a pill. So don't treat the fever, treat the cause of the fever. That is what
that's very important point. I think
so treat the cause. Now if you have a सर्दी खांसी एलर्जी, ठीक है, dust से हो गया, एलर्जी से हो गया, आपके किचन में बहुत सारी दवाइयां हैं, why you want to take a pill? Allow your body to fight it. You don't want to allow your body to fight anything. You want to be fit and fine all the time. That is not possible, because after your anti-allergy का या Adol या Panadol का effect जाता है 4-5 घंटे बाद, that will again come back with a bigger bout. And you keep doing this, it will become a repeated episode, and then it will stay with you like an illness. वो nasal passage से नीचे asthma चला जाएगा या sinuses चला जाएगा. Then the disease picture changes, the name of the diagnosis changes. But cause तो वही है आपके body में. तो आपने cause को तो touch ही नहीं किया, आप symptomatic treatment कर रहे हो. तो ये सोच बदलनी है आपको. सोच बदलोगे, फिर आपको अपने options दिखाई देंगे.
Yes, so I think that's the biggest takeaway from your conversation, as I can see, is that, you know, we have simple things like blood pressure. Now, who doesn't have blood pressure? Tell me. Who now sugar?
I also have.
I know. So who doesn't have it? Now, to think that, okay, we take a pill every day, and then for the whole of life we have to take that pill. So is it really definition of health? Definition of health cannot be that you have 10 pills per day and you are living. That's health. If that is health, I disagree with this. Definitely, that can't be the definition of health. So what I will take away from this question is that wherever the things relate to our internal body functions, immunity and all, and I'm repeating myself by saying Corona was all about immunity, you know, whether it's mental immunity or physical immunity, whatever it is, but it is all about your fighting power with the system. So whenever we are talking about something internal and all, of course, we have to go for homeopathy and all. But then, okay, something needs surgery. If something is bleeding and all, okay, you go and have surgery. Allopathy is fine. So thank you very much for that. So now, to pick up a clue from your thing, that meaty goli thing. So let's open the secret behind those meaty golis. Because what I know is all the white golis, and there is some liquid that you put in, and that works along with your mind, you know. So now let's just open the secret of how it works. What is that liquid? How it is made of? What kind of things that go in making all those things, so that we know कि हाँ ये छोटी गोली में कमाल की गोली है, वो काम कर सकती है.
Magic pill. A lot of my patients say, doctor, wo magic pill de do. Yes. So basically, see, we are picking up everything from nature. The medicines are made from plants, minerals, elements, certain animals also. Okay, unki bhi dawaiyan hain, but then we have certain snake venoms also. Okay. But then, yeah, we have. But then that depends. किस प्रॉब्लम के लिए क्या मेडिसिन जरूरी है, बट जो फर्क है यहाँ पे लाइक या एंड एज यू सेड मीठी गोली, अगर मैं सारे बॉटल्स के स्टिकर निकाल दूं एंड सबको बोल दूं कि अब इसमें से बताओ कि ए कौन सा है, बी कौन सा है, सी कौन सा है, मुझे भी नहीं पता चलेगा, बिकॉज द माइक्रोस्कोप विल नॉट टेल यू एनीथिंग, देयर इज नो डिफरेंस, यू नो. So so it's the liquid what we add basically which defines the medication. So the liquid is nothing but of course the medicine in a stored form जिसको हम collect करते हैं from the nature, and it is not, you know, the method of preparation is very different from the conventional system. Like there are many sources which are common in allopathy and homeopathy. Like arsenic is used in allopathy as well, belladonna is used in allopathy as well, digitalis is used in allopathy as well, and these are again used in homeopathy as well. But इनका जो application method होता है, preparation method होता है, वो different है. Homeopathically these medicines are prepared, जिसको हम कहते हैं potentization. Potentization is a method of succussion and strokes. आपने अक्सर देखा होगा कि you know we doctors we tell you okay you mix it in water and give the strokes and then you consume it. So इसका जो original preparation भी होता है, it is prepared in repeated dynamization, wherein you are repeatedly succussing the whole medicinal substance, where you take one part of the medicine and then 9 parts of simple sac, like let's say sugar of milk, which is nothing but a vehicle to dilute it further. So these dilutions are not done once or twice or thrice. They are done at a repeated process, which defines the potency of the medicine.
Yes.
So eventually what we come up with 30, 200, 1M, 10M. So like 30 times dilution or 200 times dilution or 1000 times dilution. This is how we decided. So basically the end product, what we use doesn't retain the chemical or the physical properties of that original substance. What it remains is the dynamization or the energy of that substance. And that is what we use in our system. इसीलिए उसके side effects नहीं होते. But again, I will like to add one more thing over here. We say कि it is very safe. Definitely it is safe. अगर आपने कभी गलती से कोई गलत दवाई भी खा ली तो उसका कुछ effect नहीं होगा. लेकिन anything जिसका effect होता है उसका side effect होता है. तो अगर इन्हीं होम्योपैथ दवाइयों को आप गलत तरीके से इस्तेमाल करते हो या आप मिक्स अप कर देते हो, you know, or you are taking a particular dose for a long period of time. There are many doctors who do this kind of prescriptions also. खैर हर डॉक्टर की सोच अलग होती है, so no comments on that. But everything has to be very well calculated. We believe in the minimum dose. इसीलिए हम एक ही पुड़िया देते हैं, at the most कभी 2 दे देंगे. That is enough to boost up your system. Okay, so when you are overdosing yourself, even with these homeopathic medicines, you will eventually have some problem, or when you need something else, your body may not react to it properly. So easily it has to be very well calculated, and that is why this whole method of dynamization is the basis, the principles of these homeopathic medications.
Yeah, okay, very nice.
Yeah.
So basically now I understand, because see, गोलियां तो व्हाइट होम्योपैथी की भी होती हैं और एलोपैथी की सारी गोलियां व्हाइट ही होती हैं. उनके साइज में और उनके मीठेपन में फर्क होता है, बट all pills are white only. So what goes in it, definitely a substance which is extracted from so many sources and then served over there. So now I understand basically it's extract of nature and mixture of all those things makes the point.
Like I will give you one example, like how homeopathy works. जैसे हम a lot of people must have heard that like cures like. You have any understanding about this? Do you have any understanding about this? I'm just asking.
I only know positive attracts positive. That's it. I know.
नहीं ऐसा नहीं है. Basically negative को हम positive करके balance कर देते हैं. So I will give you one small example. You know honeybee, right?
Yes.
Okay. So honeybee का काटा क्या होता है? जो when honeybee bites you, what happens? What are the symptoms? We all know that.
The swelling आ जाती है, ऐसा हो जाता है.
Swelling and intense pain, and it is intense, right?
Yes,
that swelling, the stinging, the pain, the swelling. I mean, patient he can even go crazy with that pain, right? So we have a remedy prepared from the honeybee. Okay, which is called Apis mellifica. Apis mellifica is the name of the medication, which is an extract of the honeybee. So now, where can Apis mellifica be used? So now I will give you I'll give you an example in a person who's suffering from an allergy. Like आपको एक simple allergy का example दूंगी. You know urticaria, we all have suffered with it at some point or the other.
Yeah.
Urticaria is that pitti
Yes,
uchal
yes,
jana.
correct.
Sometimes it can be even fatal. Because it can swell your entire body and it can choke your breathing organs, and a patient can even die if not hospitalized. So, and some people live with urticaria for years together. They are on those anti-allergic. You must have seen many people.
Yes.
उसमें भी conventional system में उसका कोई इलाज नहीं है. Just keep popping those anti-allergic. So, Apis mellifica जो जैसी चीज प्रोड्यूस करती है वैसी ही चीज का वो इलाज हो जाता है. तो इन अ पेशेंट ऑफ दिस सिवियर काइंड ऑफ अर्टिकेरिया, एपिस मेलिफिका कैन बिकम अ रेमेडी. So you're getting it. This is nothing but a universal law which is called doctrine of signature.
Yeah.
कि हनी बी के कांटे से जैसा हो जाता है, तो वैसी चीज अगर आपको पेशेंट में दिखाई दे रही है, उसको हनी बी ने नहीं काटा है.
Correct.
But he's suffering from that similar ailment, which looks like a bite of the honeybee. So apis can become your remedy.
Okay.
This is the principle of like cures like. For example, we have an element of arsenic. Arsenic we all know. Arsenic के नाम से भी लोग डर जाते हैं. तो arsenic अगर आप crude form में कोई ले लेगा, what will happen? What will happen if you take it in crude form?
I can't make out.
Okay, fine. It's an element. It will erode your entire digestive system. It will corrode it. You know, the burning, the intensity is severe. It is horrible. So same arsenic, and of course it can erode your skin. It can give you severe dermatitis. It can give you a severe gastroenteritis, so much of bleeding, so much of vomiting, dryness, loss of vital fluids. The patient will go into sinking situation. That is what arsenic can do in a crude form. So same way, if a patient comes to you for a gastroenteritis, जो कि ऐसी condition में है, जिसने इतनी सारी उल्टियां कर ली, उसकी वाइटल फोर्स सिंक हो रही है, फेंट जैसा हो रहा है, बिल्कुल थक गया है, हिल भी नहीं सकता, डुल भी नहीं सकता, एंड हिज सो मच ऑफ ऑफेंसिवनेस फ्रॉम हिज वॉमिटिंग, फ्रॉम हिज डिस्चार्जेस, डायरिया. सो हियर दिस आर्सेनिक इन पोटेंटाइज्ड फॉर्म, that is in a dynamic form, in the homeopathic form, can become a remedy for such a patient.
Okay.
So this is the understanding, and this is the principle of how homeopathy works in the dynamic form. So not similar, but like, I mean, not exact, but similar.
हाँ, correct. वो एक तो मैंने वो पढ़ा है, वो जहर को जहर काटता है, you know.
Yes, लोहे को लोहा काटता है. This is the whole understanding of how homeopathy works.
Very nice. Thank you very much. Now, I wanted to ask you about any interesting case studies, but I'm happy that you started with the story of your mother, so that's interesting case studies.
Yeah.
And I can tell you from my son, definitely the nebulization which we were going through in the early ages when he was 2, 3, 4, that kind of age, and then we switched to homeopathy, and later also when we went to Switzerland and it was a mountain kind of a thing, we took your medicines and all, and then he was okay. He was perfectly okay there. We were never worried that he won't be able to do it. So I have seen that myself, and that's why I'm a believer. Any more case studies or case histories you would like to share that probably increase the confidence of people who are listening us and who will be seeing this to think, because what as I told you, I'm not a great fan of having pills throughout my life and saying I'm healthy. If I have any one pill to take, I'm not healthy. There's something wrong to do. So whenever anybody having a symptom or thing like that, they should first think, yes, what can be done? What are the options that I have got, you know? So any case history which you like to believe that, no, it was totally impossible but made possible by...
I can tell my story.
Please go ahead. It's all yours. Yeah.
We have time for that. Because that may take another 10 minutes. My stories are never small.
No problem. See, now it's 11:41 and 11:50 will open for questions. 10 minutes questions we'll keep. So we still have 10 minutes. You can go ahead. So, you know, we really learn from the stories. You know, that's much better.
Yeah, because this story, I spoke something that the remedies are prepared from snake venom, right? Snake venom sun ke log dar jate hain, hai na? Yeah. So I'll speak about that. I have even published this story in one of the leading journals or international journals of homeopathy. And why? Because this has changed my life. Again, my doctor was Dr. E.G.K. Menon, who was my father's teacher. My father never treated me at that point because, you know, वो कहते हैं अपने बच्चों को हम इलाज नहीं कर पाते. ये आपने सुना होगा, it's very common. So Dr. E.G.K. Menon I have no words for him. He saved my life. He saved my leg. So I was 22 or 23, and I had just completed my college. I had become a doctor, and I had come home. But उस वक्त तो fresher doctors कुछ अक्कल तो होती नहीं. We are just enjoying life actually. And I just wanted to do what my father would tell me to do, like ठीक है, just follow. I didn't have any understanding of my own. Anybody from Bombay here, or any idea from Bombay?
Yeah, Miss Nilima is from Bombay. Yeah.
Okay, so you will understand this better. This I'm talking now 25 years पहले की बात मैं कर रही हूँ, ठीक है? So Mira Road. Mira Road is अभी तो बहुत famous area है, but Mira Road उस वक्त एक खाड़ी था, खंडर था, ठीक है? And just development start हुई थी वहाँ पर. तो my father had bought an apartment there in a very nice building, and we are originally from Bandra, but we still stay in Bandra. But my dad wanted to buy like a weekend house, and so Mira Road में खरीदा. वहाँ पे पूरा पानी वानी है आसपास, तो खूबसूरत था उस वक्त. अब तो गंदा हो गया. तो he bought a home there, and he insisted ke we will stay there. So that home is still there, and it's a beautiful home. And हमने उस वक्त it was a new building. There was nobody in the building. Building के आसपास there's only खाड़ी, and we had just recently shifted there. तो जब हमने शिफ्ट किया था, बहुत सारा सामान इधर उधर हुआ था. खैर, then after 5 or 6 days, my left leg had a small bite, and I was itching, and I didn't realize वो सूजन आ गई 2 दिन बाद. फिर 3 दिन, हमें यही लगता है कोई इंसेक्ट बाइट होगा, कुछ होगा. I didn't even bother. After 4 or 5 days, तो वो सूजन बहुत ज़्यादा हो गई, where I couldn't move, I couldn't walk, and I was still laughing about it, and even my parents, and nobody thought it would become such a serious issue. But my swelling went on increasing, eventually to a point that my leg was swollen from my pelvic bone till my toes. My entire leg was swollen 5 times.
Oh.
So yeah, so probably I had developed lymphadenitis, means मेरे lymphatic channels में वो infection चला गया था, and it was so painful that I couldn't even walk. I was immobile actually. I had to be carried in a chair or something, even to go to the washroom. So ये सारा progress इतने जल्दी हुआ कि 1 हफ्ते में मेरी condition ऐसी हो गई थी, and my father was treating me with some medications, thinking that ये तो simple चीज़ है and ठीक हो जाएगा and all, but वो ठीक हुआ नहीं. My father's very good friend is a dermatologist, so he was called upon, and okay, देखो भाई, she's not responding, and क्या हो गया? And Mira Road, उस time it was very far, from the main city to be accessible. So we were not in our main city, so we didn't have access to my doctor. I mean, Dr. Menon. So dermatologist came, my dad's very close friend. And when he examined me, and जो मेरी condition थी, he told me ये तो simple चीज़ नहीं है, probably this is some kind of a poisonous effect. The only solution is hospitalize her, put her on a steroid treatment, but be prepared for an amputation.
Oh my God.
Yeah, be prepared for an amputation, otherwise she won't live. क्योंकि ये septicemia हो रहा था मेरे पैर में, क्योंकि वो पूरा extend हो गया था. So he said, be prepared for an amputation. And my father said, like, what? And so anyhow, मुझे इतने seriously वो hit नहीं हुआ. I was just bothered about my pain, कि मेरा pain ठीक हो जाए बस, because I was in such intense pain. Anyhow, at that point, I was deteriorating. Of course, my father did not take me to the hospital. He somehow consulted Dr. E.G.K. Menon online. उस वक्त online was only telephone call.
Yes.
अभी तो सब कुछ है. तो ना डॉक्टर मेनन ने मुझे देखा था, ना मुझसे डायरेक्ट बात की थी, ना कुछ भी नहीं. सिर्फ उन्होंने उनको फोन किया था और मेरी सारी सिचुएशन बताई थी. माय पेन वाज सो इंटेंस कि एक रात तो ऐसी हुई थी कि मैं when I was sleeping, I mean, I was not sleeping, I had to lie down. There was only one position I could lie down, and I could only lie down with my leg elevated on so many pillows, and my leg couldn't even move. I couldn't even move my leg. I used to shriek with pain. So there was one night like that. I remember. Anyhow, Dr. Menon, after hearing my condition, he came with a single dose prescription, only one Mitigoli.
Yeah.
The name of the remedy is lachiasis, which is a snake venom. So again, as you said, जैसे को तैसा, you know, लोहे को लोहा काटता है, तो जहर के लिए जहर दवा बनती है. So lachiasis is a snake venom which has been proved by Dr. Herring, whom I spoke about in the beginning of the class.
Yes.
So he only prescribed lachiasis. You maybe if people are interested, please read about lachiasis. It's very interesting. It's a poison, very big snake, जिसको अमेरिका में उसकी भी एक अलग story है, वो फिर कभी. So anyhow, this one pill was given to me, and for 24 hours, nothing. And those 24 hours, I was literally shrieking with pain, and there was no medicine given to me. But suddenly, it happened like all of a sudden. I fell asleep. जब patient को अच्छा लगेगा, उसको नींद आ जाएगी. And when I woke up, I felt that my whole pain has come down and shrunk only to my left foot.
Okay.
So you understand the law of cure from above downwards.
Yes.
वो पूरा pain जैसे सुकड़ के मेरे पंजे में आ गया था. That pain, and it was much bearable. I felt I was walking. I was putting my feet down, which I had not done for the last 7 days.
Yes.
I was able to stand with support. And another thing, what I will talk about it is my leg became black, completely black, pitch black. And after 3 days, the whole skin came out like a stocking. You see a snake's nature. You see a snake's nature,
Yes.
how he unfolds his skin.
Unfolds the skin, yes.
Yes, so the whole leg, and I was surprised, and I told my mom, "Ke Mama, ye kya ho raha hai?" The whole skin came out as if I'm wearing a stocking. The whole thing came out, and I was fine. The discoloration stayed for quite some time, but then it normally went. The swelling in my foot stayed for at least a month, but I was able to walk, and I was not given any medicine after that one pill.
Oh.
And after a month, वो पंजे से भी swelling धीरे धीरे करके चली गई. So this is my story, wherein I was supposed to be had an amputated leg, but homeopathy, one pill, the snake poison, saved me from. And you know these amputations and septicemia, आपने बहुत hospital cases भी सुने होंगे, like gangrene and all these. पैर काट लो, हाथ काट लो, उसके बाद भी patient बचता नहीं है.
Oh, tell me about it.
Yeah.
I must share about this. That okay, I've been visiting with Neetu doctors and all. So you know कि इसकी जरूरत नहीं है, ये इसको निकाल दो, बस हो गया, बात खत्म. This organ आपकी इसकी जरूरत नहीं, इसको निकाल दो बाहर. As if you know God ने body बनाई है अच्छी खासी, and then do a surgery and take it out. So मतलब वो बीमार को खत्म करते हैं, बीमारी खत्म नहीं करते, बीमार को खत्म कर देते हैं.
Exactly.
So,
तो हमें इलाज
very surprising.
तो हमें इलाज भी you know one very nice thing I will tell you. A lot of patients come and ask me. This I have learned from my father. A lot of patients come and ask me, जिनके 4-5 प्रॉब्लम होते हैं ना, कि डॉक्टर साहब आप मेरा नजला ठीक कर रहे हो, या पेट का दर्द ठीक कर रहे हो, या जॉइंट पेन्स ठीक कर रहे हो, या एलर्जी क्या ठीक कर रहे हो. तो there is only one sentence answer. मैं आपको ठीक कर रही हूँ.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's such a profound statement.
Yeah. So this is what my father says. My father will always ask the patient's name. वो जो भी ABCD नाम बोलेगा, then he'll say मैं तुम्हारा ये नाम लेके he says मैं इसका इलाज करना चाहता हूँ, तुम्हारी बीमारी अपने आप चली जाएगी. So this is what I have adopted from him, and I think I have had such incidences कि अब आप क्या बोलोगे? First choice should be homeopathy. First choice should be allopathy. What? तो मेरे लिए तो first हो या last हो, every choice is homeopathy. Because I have witnessed this in my life. You're getting it?
Yes, yeah, I can understand it, because we've been so long with you, so we understand it now. When and what to use what, and definitely, even as a layman, I would, as far as medical thing is concerned, I consider I'm a layman. But I believe that okay, first let's go. Now I think last of going there, you know. First, let's talk of things that don't have side effects. Let's talk of things that are not there. Can I do something else? And the last, probably, yes, I would go. In orthopedic issues, I would go to allopathy and get my X-ray and thing done and what is happening. Otherwise, I'll try my best to not do it. So now we have some time, 5-6 minutes. So I leave the forum open for any questions. Yes, please raise your hands so I can unmute you, or you can go ahead with that. Yeah, there's a compliment for you, obviously from Neetu, that
Thank you so much.
you are the choice of hers. And
Thank you so much.
yes,
I mean,
Yeah,
whether
hello?
it's just first case or one second, my voice is.
Hello. I have a question. Hello.
Yeah.
who's this?
I'm Sheetal.
Hi, Sheetal.
Hi.
Yeah.
See you,
Hello,
Sheetal?
doctor. Yeah, I'm Sheetal.
No, I know. Can we see you? We are not able to see you. So, which?
Yeah, just a minute. I'll switch on my video.
Yeah.
Hello. Yes.
Hi, Sheetal. How are you? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Thanks.
fine. Thank you.
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Good to have you, doctor, in this conversation. It's very helpful. I am taking my medicine, homeopathic medicine, for my arthritis problem. But I just want to understand, when we approach any doctor, how we will, like in allopathy, we know that for bones, we have to go to orthopedic, for eyes, we have to go to ophthalmologist, whatever. But in homeopathy, like, we don't know, it's just a homeopathy doctor, but we don't know whether she'll be able to cure a bones problem or a immune system problem, or like, how do we approach them?
See, basically in homeopathy, as I just said in the beginning, that homeopathy has an overall aspect. It treats the patient, the illness as it is goes. So if she has a better understanding of you or how the problem started and how you felt sick, and if she understands your issues completely, definitely she'll be able to come to a conclusion which will help you overall. You got it. And of course, I will like to
So
add
any
something
homeopathic
to-
doctor will be able to take it.
Any homeopathic doctor will be able to take it as long as he understands the patient and the illness correctly and have a correct approach. Of course, there are certain doctors, like I will just add this, like, see, now we have MD doctors, we have specialties, super specialties. So, everything is diversifying. So there will be certain doctors who have specialized into gynec field or who have specialized into pediatric field. So you will, as it is, come to know from their, either if you read about them or if you know about their other patients who have been treating. So definitely some doctors have aced in particular fields. So you will come to know, you will understand. But even if you go to any doctor, he will be able to guide you and help you. Because as I told you in the beginning, our understanding is based on an overall approach. The physical, mental, and the emotional setup of the patient includes everything, and he will be able to help you.
Okay, that's a very good question, I must say. It's a very good question. Thank you, Sheetal.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for convincing my doubts.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I just wanted to know whether it will be available in any of the clinics in Dubai.
I am working in Zia Medical. That's in Sequim. And I'm working in Motor City. It's called Santigiri Holistic Center.
So will your number be shared in this after this meeting?
Yeah.
Okay.
What I'll probably do is, why don't we do it right now here? Can I? Let me type the names in the chat box so you can Google the names and take it. Like, it's a Zia.
I have shared my personal mobile number.
Yeah, please.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's it. That's enough.
Yeah. So Zia Medical Center Jumeirah is the name, and then you can always contact her for other stuff. And,
Zia Medical Center. Okay.
Yeah, correct. And anything else? Anybody want to ask anything? I want to say anything?
Can I consult from
one more thing I want to know.
Yeah, okay.
When we approach the doctors, I have approached 2 to 3 homeopathy doctors, but when I ask them the name of the medicines, like how we have in allopathy, they never tell the names. Why is it like that? So how will we continue taking those medicine in absence of the doctors,
Okay, now let me answer this question. Ideally, by law, I'm supposed to tell you the name. Okay? Me or any homeopathy doctor. But a normal...
Sorry, I didn't get it. Ideally?
By law, we are supposed to tell you the name.
I didn't hear it. Sorry.
I am supposed to tell you the name. Me or any doctor. You can hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. You are supposed to know the name. Fine, this is by law. But
Okay.
the trend which is going on in Asian countries, because homeopathy is flourishing more in Asia, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, जो trend चला आ रहा है कि वो डॉक्टर पुड़िया बना के दे देता है और पेशेंट खा लेता है.
Correct.
People normally don't ask. So doctors like us don't want to change. They still want to follow that.
Okay.
You know, that is one of the reasons. But yes, in UAE, the laws are different and we should tell the name. Like me, I tell the name of my patients. Some of them who trust me blindly, like Neetu ji, she doesn't ask me what I give, she takes. But the normal practice in UAE or all over the world, we are supposed to tell the name of the patient. Now, the second thing, what you said, how will I continue the medicine in the absence of the doctor? Please don't do that.
Yes.
That is one of the reasons that our senior doctors in India, they do not tell the name. क्योंकि patient को लगता है हाँ अभी ये दवाई ने मेरी हेल्प की है तो मैं ये खाते रहूं. बट ये मैंने थोड़ी देर पहले ही कहा था कि अगर आप खाते रहोगे गलत तरीके से तो वो आपको उसका उल्टा नुकसान होगा. It can harm you. Like I decide the dose for you. I means any doctor decides the dose for you. Like I just told my story, इतना बड़ा infection and that one pill. मान लो I did a mistake and I kept on eating lacasis. Lacasis is a very strong venom. It would have done an adverse effect. So to come to that conclusion of single remedy, it takes a lot of effort. So please do not overdose yourself. Only follow the doctor's prescription. This is a genuine advice to all the patients, whoever your doctor is.
Yeah.
And plus one more thing I will tell you, it's not like allopathy कि आप एक painkiller ले रहे हो तो आप खाते रहो वो. The phase can change. So you may need a step 2 after it, or you may need a step 3 after it. So, you know, you have to decide as per that.
Yeah, so I would just try to conclude this as it is our right to know the name of the medicine. It is our right.
Yes. It
But
is
at
your
the same
right.
time, we have to abstain from self-medication. It is not like Panadol ki okay, Panadol इसके लिए होता है तो जब भी वो एक खाई ली बस, you know, because in what condition, when should you take what, it should be always under medical supervision. But as far as name is concerned, you must know it.
No, why
it should be given.
So, sorry to interrupt, but why I asked, because we have children in our house, and suppose there is a problem, emergency, like if they have stomach or vomiting, we know what medicine to give immediately to just stop that medicine, to stop that vomiting. But in homeopathy, we don't know. And if it is night time, we can't go to the, so over the counter, if we get any medicine immediately, if the names are there, we can buy it homeopathy also and it can stop.
Yeah, I will answer that question of yours. That's a very good question because I deal maximum with children and I have such weird phone calls at any time in the night. But for that, I generally, I know the child, right? एकदम अनजान बच्चा होता है तो भी ठीक है, थोड़ा बहुत सुन के you can advise. But whoever is your doctor will be knowing something about that child. You are taking the child somewhere to some doctor, right? So maybe he can give you a guideline because I think Neetu will agree. I was treating her child at a young age. So she had an idea of a basic few medicines which she knew when to use what. So that definitely that's like a customized approach for each child because you can't give the same medicine for all vomiting. So if you have 3 different children, then definitely you consult with your doctor and the doctor will give you an advice that, okay, for child 1, you can have this kind of medicines or for child 2, this kind of medicine. And next day, definitely connect with your doctor. It's like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a little different.
Nilima ji has a question and then I'll just add later something. Yes, Nilima.
Yeah.
I am based in Abu Dhabi. Can I consult you, you know, from here and then, you know, pay you online, something like that, and you know, talk to you, consult like a meeting, and then is it possible?
Yeah, it's possible. After Corona, everything is possible.
Nilima ji, I have consulted her in Switzerland.
Okay.
So no, Nilima ji, I would say for this is now you have her number and she's on WhatsApp on this number also.
Okay.
So you can have a conversation with her and it's basically in the most mutual interest of you as a patient. She'll advise you and then you can connect with her. So whatever is possible can be done.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I'm also against pills, and right now I'm on vitamin pills, which is the first time in my life I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Vitamins are the biggest myth, you know.
I don't know. I'm against it, but you know, I'm falling short of you know, a lot of B12 and what is it? D3. So, so I'm prescribed certain things and I'm having certain problems. Like on my leg, I was having knee pain and, you know, some things, you know, which I can talk to you later.
Yeah, sure,
Yeah,
sure. You
yeah,
can
no
take it
problem,
for a
no
while.
problem.
You
Just
can
go
take
ahead. You
the
have a
vitamins
number
for a
and
while.
everything. I
Yeah.
can share with you, and please consult. And whatever way possible, you can consult probably through electronic mediums, and then when you're coming to Dubai, probably you can meet her personally, one to one. I mean, you
Yeah.
can work it out.
I have quite a number of patients from Abu Dhabi, but because of the corona, things became different. So now also they are consulting with me through online. So we do it through Bottom or Zoom, whatever convenient. And medicines also can be arranged. Either they normally have their pickup done through Fetcher, or sometimes we have some people going to Abu Dhabi, so we arrange it for them. Because Abu Dhabi medicines can be a little difficulty. There are not many pharmacy and all medicines are not available.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Nilimaji. And I think last concluding word, a question from me too. Please go ahead.
No, that's not a question. That's just a compliment and so much thank you. She's been always there around me. The same as you said for your mother, ki the family was like against there. When I took my 4-year-old son to her, and she just said, "जब इसको major attack आए, जब इसको major symptom आए, that time you contact me." And that was the point where I had to convince myself either I has to go allopathy, nebulize him, or I have to stick and be firm on what she is saying. Every 2 hours, she changed the medicine. Till night, 3 o'clock, she was there with me. That Neetu, the symptom is changed, we will change the medicine. So, and that is the day, and today is the day, my blind support, blind faith in her. That whatever is there, I know she will find out the way, and this will be cured in settlement. So, thank you so much.
I think we had a wonderful session today, and thank you very much again. You have Nilimaji? Okay, go ahead, then we conclude.
See, Dr. Rosina, I was thinking, you know, all my life, my son had an allergy to milk and milk products. Is there any cure? Because I was told there is no cure. And now that he has grown, you know, it has reduced, but it is still there. He's been allergic to milk in such a bad way that even if when he was small, if I touched my hand, I was doing something with butter. If I touched him, he would get a rash. Intake was almost impossible. There was like, you know, windpipe blockage, you know. So it was very bad then. And now he can have little bit of it. But is there any cure in homeopathy?
Yes, we can. We can.
Okay.
There are many children like that. Your child is a little bit extreme, but there are many cases. It's very common these days, this kind of allergy.
Now he's 27 and it's a different thing, but you know, it has reduced quite considerably.
I'm sure if he's fit and fine, and if his immune system is doing well, he'll be able to overcome it by himself. Because these things can be overcome after a certain age as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Even with the vaccine that he took, he had he took the corona vaccine, the Pfizer he took in Spain. He had such a bad reaction to it. And after that 9 days, he got corona. And for 2 months, he suffered. And there were side effects of the vaccine, not of corona. And it was very bad. So I was just wondering what is going on. So finally, he went to India. And we took treatment for acupuncture with a wet needle.
That's nice.
He got well.
That's nice. That's nice. Probably his system, such people are oversensitive people we have among us. They are not very common, but definitely. And Pfizer, there are many people suffering from the after effects, whether you call Pfizer or AstraZeneca, all over the world, people are suffering. We don't have much of an option, but yes, we can manage the after effects. So that is not something which can't be managed. I have a lot of people coming to me with the side effects of the vaccines, be it any age. So as we spoke about the whole immune system, it all rotates around the immune system. So he needs a little bit improvisation on that. If acupuncture or pressure is helping him, that also opens the blocked channels, you know. It will help in the proper flow of the energy in his system. So these are all natural treatments. Better to go for a natural treatment rather than go for a conventional system, because that will again let the allergy be in his body only, जो कि बचपन से चली आ रही है. So anything can trigger it or flare it up. You don't know. Like Pfizer did not tell you before coming that it's going to flare it up, right?
Right.
But it happened. So that his overall immune system has to be improved.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you very much, Dr. Rosina. Thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
asking these questions, and we had a wonderful session. And I think the key takeaways from this is that so many diseases can be cured by homeopathy. We should always consult it. And there are one small pill can do so much of wonder that the faith you should install in yourself. And taking medicines throughout the life, side effects of medicines, all should be considered, before choosing any course of treatment. And all signs are good. Everybody has good in them, and it's up to us how we make the best selection in the interest of our own health. So again, thank you all of you, and I can conclude the meeting. For any confusions, any questions more, Dr. Rosina's number is here. Everybody knows me or the Bliss community members and everything. They can always come to us. We'll have these sessions regularly, and you can always consult her at the clinics she is practicing on. So thank you very much, and we definitely learned something very significant today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you. We are honored to have you. Thank you. Thank you.
Same here.
Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.